things are getting ugly for the Calgary Flames. The Flames were shut out at home versus the Wild in their last game, and then they were booed off the ice. This team has failed to meet expectations all year long, and this is why. First, let's start on the ice. Offensively, the Calgary Flames are miserable to watch. According to Sportsnet and Sports Logic, the Flames are one of the best teams at generating a volume of shots, but have a terrible expected goals for. This essentially means that they are constantly creating low danger scoring chances. The Flames are a team that often settles for the long and worthless shot. Far too often they shoot from distance, and with goalies being as good as they are today, they just aren't going to beat anyone without creating some form of traffic or a seam pass to be more dynamic. So why exactly is this the case? The Flames play a pretty simple offensive system. Essentially, they like to take the puck north-south, get it deep, move the puck from low to high, and then funnel as many pucks towards the net as possible. Now, a simple offensive system doesn't mean a bad offensive system, but if you don't fully buy in as a team, well then any offensive system looks pretty bad. This system tends to work well in the playoffs, and Coach Daryl Sutter has had success as he won 2 Stanley Cups with the LA Kings playing a similar style. But based on the weapons that Calgary has, they aren't fully maximizing the offensive output of some of their weapons. For example, you have Jonathan Huberdeau, who when he's on his game is probably one of the best east-west players in the NHL, but when put into this north-south system, his offense is quite limited. Huberdeau isn't exactly the player that's going to win you a lot of puck battles, but he will thrive off the rush if he's in a system that allows it. But Sutter's system can work with skilled players, as we saw the success that Gaudreau and Tkachuk had last season. Tkachuk was a north-south player who could get into the middle of the ice and create some space, and Gaudreau was that east-west type of player that could burn you off the rush and create offense along the half wall. This chemistry unfortunately hasn't translated over for Huberdeau and Kadri. It's gotten to the point where it looks like players are just losing faith in the system. It shows in their body language, it shows in some of their play, and right now it's showing in the results. For me though, the main concern for this team seems to be off the ice. The Flames locker room hasn't been short of any drama this season. First, of course, you had the Huberdeau incident where his agent basically said that the coach was sucking the joy out of the game for the players. And then you have other instances where the coach has called out the leadership group and their lack of preparation to start games. While he may be right, I don't think this is the best way to address it. Especially because at the end of the day, the responsibility to make sure his group is prepared is on him. As every game rolls on, that tweet from Huberdeau's agent rings more and more true. Players look dejected, frustrated, and it seems like a chore to come to the rink. Daryl Sutter's teams have always had an identity. Hard-nosed defensive hockey to grind your opponent down, but over the course of an 82-game season, it is impossible to sustain that type of play style and demand it from your team every single game. So let me know your thoughts on the whole situation, and if you think the Flames will even make it to the playoffs. I'll pin my favorite comment, so make sure you drop one down below. And before we end the video, I want to thank our sponsor, Hockey Training. If you're a hockey player who wants to improve your game, the Hockey Training app and YouTube channel is the best place to be. Armed with drills inspired by some of the best NHL players in the world, it is the perfect place to take your game to the next level off the ice. If you're interested, I'll leave the links in the bio, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, make sure you click on any of the links right here.